One thing that really tends to aggravate the living shit out of me is when older people from the baby boomer generation or from the millennial generation will get on us Gen Z niggas talking about some, oh, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with your generation, da-da-da. Nigga, it's you, bro. I don't know why your generation is so sexual. Y'all are overly horny, y'all are overly this, y'all are overly that. It's because of y'all, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Let me pull up some stats for y'all. I asked my AI to compare how sexual millennials were, how sexual baby boomers were, how sexual Gen Z were, to kind of compare the three. And what I found was fucking shocking, bro. It says the physical manifestation of lust, how many physical people a person sleeps with, is much lower now than it was during the mid to late 20th century. The baby boomer generation reached a historical peak. So them niggas were fucking. It was average 11 to 12 lifetime sexual partners. Millennials, it was 8 lifetime sexual partners. So Gen Z adults prefer romantic partners who have only had 1 to 2 previous partners. And nearly 41% of them think that a high body count is an absolute deal breaker. So in other words, that basically means that we are way less lustful than y'all. We're not just gonna go around in today's generation and be like, hey, it's okay to have a partner who has fucked 8 or 9 niggas. It's okay to have a boyfriend who has fucked 8 or 9 bitches. Like, no, we do not fuck with that shit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Not at all. Everybody wants their partner to be low reserve. People care about their partner's past more than how they used to care about it back then. Like, bro, in today's generation, if you have a high body count, you will be absolutely slaughtered. Especially if you're a woman. You will be absolutely slaughtered, bro. Like, bro, if we don't play that, I'll show these stats to pretty much say that Gen Z is not as lustful as they're trying to portray out in the media. Let me also read something else for y'all niggas too. It says, according to the General Social Survey, when boomers were in their 20s and 30s during the sexual revolution of 1970s, they had the highest frequency of physical, casual, and unprotected sex in modern history. I want y'all to keep that in mind. Then their kids, the millennials, began a sex recession. Millennials in their 20s were twice as likely to become sexually inactive for a given year compared to boomers at the same age. So we were getting better. And then now this generation, it says Gen Z averages just 36 sexual encounters per year. That means niggas have sex once a week. To put it simply, young adults today are having the exact same amount of physical sex as senior citizens. Historically, people in their 20s have always had the most sex, while people in their 60s had the least. That makes sense. You feel what I'm saying? These niggas are old and shit and all can be having that much sex. Here's exactly what these statistics mean for each generation. The number is that today, 65-year-old baby boomers average about 36 sexual encounters a year. That means roughly 3 times a month. So that means that most of these 65-year-old niggas today are probably going to get their shit in at least 3 times a month. Now, the Gen Z shock is that if we're so horny, why in the fuck is that? The reality is, I'm put on the screen, it says Gen Z currently in their late teens and 20s is the absolute peak age for hormones, physical health, and dating. Despite being at a prime reproductive age, Gen Z also averages just 36 sexual encounters a year. And that means, and I'm gonna put this also on the screen, it says mathematically a 22-year-old Gen Z adult and a 65-year-old baby boomer are living the same exact lifestyle. So while y'all are getting on us for being too horny, for being too this, for being too that, y'all are living the same exact lifestyle. Y'all literally are the same exact horniness as us at y'all's old age. You feel what I'm saying? I can only imagine y'all when y'all were young. Literally, a Gen Z 20-year-old male has the same exact sexual history as a 60-year-old baby boomer male. That doesn't make any sense, bro. So you gonna sit here and blame us and shit like that. And one thing that they don't like to talk about either is that back then, what did they not have? They didn't have technology. Now we got whole types of technology. You feel what I'm saying? Back then, to have sex, you would have to literally, you had to go out, you had to meet people, you would have to drive to see that person, you'd have to send them letters, you had to do that because you had no technology. You just instantly text them. Now we are at a disadvantage that you have these fucking phones and shit that you can just text somebody, you can go and drive them, you go pull up on anybody whenever, and even then, if you didn't even want to have sex, you go search up and look at the P hub. You feel what I'm saying? You go get your rocks off right there. So it is now our fault that we are the way we are. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions and arguments that people put up that this generation's women is hella lustful because of the way that they treat, celebrities, the way that they're just going for these celebrities and shit. I mean, as you can see on the screen, Chris Brown literally went viral for having females pay $1,000 to him to literally take pictures with him. I mean, you can see that these females literally had, the worst part is these females literally were in loving relationships. That is the worst part. They were literally in loving relationships. You feel what I'm saying? So I know y'all are wondering, what type of point are you making with this? Teddy Pendergrass, Tom Jones, Elvis. If y'all don't know who these niggas are, y'all better get familiar with these niggas, bro. You feel what I'm saying? This is what I gotta say. Let's start with Teddy Pendergrass. Favorite singer, shout out to my brother, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Teddy Pendergrass. Famous singer, great musician, great all of that. But one thing that women used to do when he was on the stage is they used to just throw their panties at him. You feel what I'm saying? They used to just throw their panties, bro. Tom Jones, same thing. Love you, bro. But women used to be throwing their panties at you too, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Elvis Presley, I don't even fucking like you, bro. I'm from Las Vegas and shit. So you rep my city one time, you feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna throw you in here too. Women used to be throwing their panties at you too, bro. All I know is Our generation don't go for that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Literally, if you make a TikTok video right now of a woman throwing her panties to someone on the stage, you know what I'm saying, that woman is going to be slaughtered on social media. I promise you, you're gonna be called all types of bops, hoes, and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, and especially like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, like we don't go for that, bro. We are not going for that. And what's crazy is these same women who were throwing their panties at Teddy Pendergrass, gonna sit here and say, oh, nigga, why is y'all generation so lustful? Nigga, I put on a video of Teddy Pendergrass the other day, and some old woman was watching the video, and she was like, oh my, she's just in awe. This woman is the same woman who be getting on people talking about some, oh my gosh, bro, you know what I'm saying? Why is your generation like this? Why is this, that, and the third? Let's also go into something else. Sometimes it's not even lust. Sometimes it's just hypersexuality, you feel what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, maybe we wouldn't be so lustful. Hold on, let me use a TikTok video. This TikTok right here is what I'm talking about, bro. Sparked a lot of outrage, but a lot of people are actually understanding what the fuck it means. It says maybe this generation is hypersexual because the last generation molested us. One thing about that M word, okay, that I'm gonna put on the screen right now, is that when it happens to you, you either become overly sexual or you just don't like sex at all. You don't like the idea of it. You don't like any of it. And that's kind of what's going on right now. There is no doubt that this generation is highly sexual or over sexual or any of that. But studies show that this generation is also the least sexually active generation in fucking history. So that means that while we are all highly sexual or hypersexual or so quote unquote lustful, whatever y'all want to call it, we don't have as much sex as y'all do. If you made it to the end of this video, you'll probably like the video that's appearing on the screen right now. Make sure you like and subscribe. I love you. It's your boy, Rage Projection. I'm out.